We're not from this beautiful country.
I moved to UK when I was 10.
My tribe is very matriarchal.
I came to this country pregnant.
Why am I going to sit there at my house doing nothing when I could be creative?
I need the creative side alongside the day job.
And ever since then, I was like, I needed that to be part of my life. Wow, guys, welcome to second episode of Red Dress Talk. For those who have not seen the first part, I just need to give you a little explanation. We're wearing red dresses just because it makes us feel sexy, powerful, and noticed by you guys. I need to shout out Serena from LA Crochet. This dress is handmade and it's from Manchester. Now, today with me are two lovely guests. We've got Elle Mak, who is a creative woman from Manchester. She's a model. She does lots of community work and she works with Black trailblazers. Now, Elle is here today to speak about where she's from, and then we're going to have some fun with different questions. Thank you for coming, Elle.
No, thank you for having me.
Amazing. And then we've got Diana, another Manchester personality. She's a dancer. She's entrepreneur. We're live, guys. And also, she is a property hottie, just like myself. So basically, why I invited to you guys today, because I feel like we three of us have got quite a lot of in common. Besides all of us being into properties. Elle, I remember you telling that you are interested in property development along the way.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
So yes, we're here to make money, to be honest. But at the same time, we are creative women. We love to kind of put ourselves out there, create, have not only like a day job life, but we also do a lot outside of it, as you can tell.
Hustlers.
So another thing that we all have in common, we're not from this beautiful country. We're actually immigrants. So today's topic for part one is struggles of a female creative immigrating from another country. I will chat with you first, Diana, because we're both from Eastern Europe.
That's right.
How did it feel to arrive here? Because I was told constantly, I'm rude. I was like, what do you mean I'm rude? And they were saying, you should say please at the each of sentence when you ask someone to do something for you. I was like, but I already said, would you? I already said, would you? All the little things like differences when it comes to culture, I was kind of perceived in a way that I didn't feel it's right. But it took me a little bit of time and I got used to it. I know how it rolls. I say please a lot.
Single sentence, please.
How about you? You're coming from Russia. Again, a very strong personality, straight to the point. How did it feel to kind of like get the vibe from British people trying to understand how everyone moves?
Oh, it was quite hard, to be honest, being completely honest, because I moved to UK when I was 10. So I was only a baby then, but as I was growing up and when I went to college and, high school first actually, then college, people did seem to find me rude, like you said, just because, Eastern European people, we speak with expressions, we express ourselves. Whereas in UK, people speak in the same tone, like they're just the same vibe, and that's all you get. Whereas us, we like to, express ourselves. So yeah, it was definitely people found me rude. Had to learn, and then people told me that I speak too fast, which I have noticed. So I do need to slow down.
You're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Elle, you are from Malawi, representing
Malawi.
So as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, Malawi women tend to be very resilient and like they take care of communities. Like that's the thing that I kind of noticed. They do the education jobs, they do healthcare jobs, but also community leaders. And actually you had female president in 2012, didn't you?
Yes, indeed. So yes, Malawian women are really strong. Like, especially depending on the tribe that you're from. So, like, my tribe is very matriarchal. So it just means that when the women in, like in my family get married, basically your husband belongs to your side of your like of your family.
Oh, wow.
That's
So,
so interesting.
yeah.
That's
I know, right?
Oh my God.
I'm changing.
We need to apply this.
No, honestly, so it's
Come to me,
and
husband.
it's something where like I just remember my mum like talking about it, and I was just like, what? And she's like, yeah. She's like, that's why like in our family we don't there's no like dowry where the husband pays like a large sum of money to kind of like, I guess in a British way, it's like purchasing like your bride.
Persuade the family.
Yeah, but obviously it's like, it's a lot more respectful than like a purchase. It's not that transactional, but
Sold.
yeah, do you know what I mean? But like it's more of like you, when you get married, you belong to your husband's side of the family.
Yeah.
So my side and my tribe is not like that.
Wow.
It just means that when we have our children, they are on our mother's side, like on the maternal side of the family. So
That's
it's
awesome.
yeah, that's really true about Malawian women, but also my tribe as well. But we've got our female vice president as well. Yeah, so woohoo! Yeah, he's
And
like,
I
"Auntie." So I'm
remember
like, "Go, auntie."
it was Rihanna that brought kind of a bit of attention to Malawi when she visited. And apparently she said like the determination and resilience is two things that she recognized in Malawi women. Where does that come from? Like, because yes, you are resilient, you are determined, but you're so polite at the same time. Because we and Diana, I know we're determined, I know we are resilient, but we just too much sometimes. And I feel like women and also men from Malawi, they got lots of like grace, you know what I mean? Everything is done politely, assertively, but very politely.
She's like, I don't know about me.
I can be a bit spicy. But no, you're right. I think naturally Malawians are just like really calm.
Yeah.
Like that southern part of Africa is like, you're just calm. I think you just don't have time to be too stressed about stuff. It doesn't mean there's no madness going on. There is. But at the same time, you're like, I'm not going to waste time stressing about it when I can focus on what I can actually control. And that's what I would say. Like, I even notice when I go back, especially if I'm not in the city and go to like the rural areas, a lot of people in the rural areas are actually technically happy within themselves because they've learnt to live within their means, and you know what I mean? And sort of like are grateful for what they do have, and for the things they don't have, they will still make an effort to make a change.
No, I respect that.
Yeah, but they won't
definitely.
stress. Like, you can't come and kill yourself. You know?
Honestly. Guys, I came to this country pregnant.
Oh, no way.
But no one knew because like I was 3 months in and I was just tiny. So I would just like get on with my life like nothing happens. But I literally had £200 in my pocket. And that's
wow.
it. Had accommodation for 4 days. But you know, when you talk, you're cute. You'll just get your ways around.
Yeah.
So the first culture that helped me out, I was Muslim people. I think they were Iranian, if I remember right, or Pakistani. That was a long time ago, sorry. But it was literally a chat with a shop owner saying, oh, my son is a landlord. I moved in somewhere, paying a week rent and that's it. And I had a, roof over my head.
Crazy.
Started working straight away because like, obviously I will.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, obviously, from my perspective, came here for my partner who needed to find a good job that he couldn't back in my country.
Yeah.
I just came along with language
vibes.
already, with the vibes, but also like I was the English speaker. I didn't have to like learn language.
Right.
So, but the thing is, I think my son was like 2 years old. I was like, I need to do creative stuff again. I can't be just like working, family, housewife. Blah. So I went back to dancing, to salsa, to teaching. And ever since then, I was like, I needed that to be part of my life.
Yeah.
How, Adana, how you find your creative side, like helping you to survive in like, you know, you've been here since you were 10, but you give a lot of Eastern European still.
That's really, really funny because not many people think I look as if I was born here. So that's really nice to hear that I still got that Eastern European look. But I think through dancing, I started dancing when I was little, and that was my kind of escape to just, you know, express myself. But music and dancing, that's kind of just what gets me through, because we all go through hard times, some crappy times I had recently as well, but it just, dancing was always there. It was either singing or dancing. I can't sing, so don't ask me to no, I'm joking. But no, definitely, What was the question again?
And how about you, Elle? Like, how do you manage like day job, family, time, but also your creative side and what you do in Manchester community?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, by the grace of the Lord is really like how I can lead with that comment, like with that question. But yeah, sometimes it is tough, I'm not going to lie. But it's definitely, I need the creative side alongside the day job.
Don't you think like how would you not?
Yeah, I tried that and it was awful. Like
depression comes or something like that. Just the feeling of not being creative. It just like feel like your soul is dying.
I think like another way of describing it is like, you know, when you've had like COVID, for those that had COVID and recovered, and you know when you lose the taste on your tongue.
Oh God.
Life is tasteless.
Yeah.
Like without like doing your creative.
It's like having porridge every day.
Yeah.
Literally, right?
Yeah.
I used to get told when I used to do recruitment and with people that I used to work with, they were like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, I'm actually a dancer, do music videos. And they're like, where do you find the time? And I'm like, what do you mean, where do you find the time? If you want
when
to
you
do
watch
something-
Netflix.
Exactly, this is your time. Like, why am I going to sit there at my house doing nothing when I can be creative?
Guys,
you know?
this is an absolutely best kind of message to end this part of the second episode. There is always time for creativeness. Doesn't matter if you sit at home paint a painting or you're out there performing, like your soul needs it. Do you agree?
Yes,
Agreed.
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Like literally, I feel inspired every time I speak to women. This is going to be a wrap of the part 1 of second episode of Red Dress Talk. All I want to say that people that have seen the first episode and watching the second one, have not subscribed, I'm going to find you.
I'm welcome for you.
Oh yeah, honestly. But if you're first here, what I want you to do, comment, how do you find this? Does it inspire you? Those conversations that we have here have an impact on how you see life? Thank you.